Hello my crafty friends. Well, today I want to show you how to make this fun and cool card. It is very simple, and so let's go ahead and get started. So we are going to use the Sunflowers 3D embossing folder and the blooming phrases for our sentiment and the nested essential dies for our focal point. And we're going to be using our Stampin Blends. We're going to be using the light and dark pumpkin pie and the light and dark pecan pie, as well as I believe this is the light mossy meadow. And then we're going to be using early espresso. So let's go ahead and get started here. The first thing we're going to do is, well, I went ahead and embossed this piece of white cardstock, and this is 3 3/4 by 5, and I'll have the measurements in the description below this video. So this is the normal embossed side, so it's embossed side up, but what we're going to do is we are going to color in the debossed side, or it's the side that's indented. So we're going to color all this in, and then we'll go from there. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with my pecan pie, my dark pecan pie, to color the middle of this. Okay, now that we have this all colored in, I know it doesn't look very pretty, but it looks like I missed a little bit here. We're going to do our magic on it. Let's get this in here real quick. And so we're gonna take our piece of scratch paper here, and we're gonna take our early espresso. And what we're going to do is we're going to just drag this across our debossed side here that we colored in. So you don't want to smash it down, but you don't want to do too light. So just kind of a medium pressure here. And it's going to fill in all the places that are raised up. And you can go over a little bit more if you want. And there you go. Very lovely design. So let me go ahead and close this up. And you need to have kind of a very juicy ink pad, and see, you can get ink on you, but unfortunately it's water-based, so it wipes right off. So there is our lovely front of our card. So you can see I missed a few spots. I may go in and color these in a little bit so that they can have a little less white. Just color these in a little bit. a little white doesn't really, actually adds some texture to it. So just color this in. Okay, I'm going to leave the rest. All right, so now what I want to do is I'm going to let that dry for a little bit because my ink pad is a little bit almost too juicy. So let's do our sentiment, and we're going to be using the blooming phrases. And I went ahead and mounted this, but so this one particular one, okay, I have ink everywhere here. Let's get this off real quick. All right, so this particular one is going to be a thinking of you, and if you noticed that the thinking of you is kind of on 2 lines, well, I just cut the stamp right here, so I have the thinking of you, and then I'll have the you, or thinking of, and then the you on a separate line. So we're gonna go ahead and put some scrap paper down here because my U is going to go off the edge. So I'm just going to ink up my thinking of, and we're just going to put it right here in the middle, like so. And then I have the U. I'm just going to line this up here, like so. There we go. And close this up. So again, this was the nested labels die. I think that's what they're called. Nested essential dies. So what I did is, this is the smallest die. I went ahead and cut it in the pumpkin pie, and then I cut this in half. And so we're just going to make a little border here for this one. So let's go ahead and put some glue down and glue these together. So just put a little bit of glue on top here. I'm going to set this here. Turn this over. Alright, so it's lined up nicely. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this part. This up here. So this is a cool way that you can frame your sentiments. Whoops. Is just use the same die, cut it in half, and then you can put half on the top and half on the bottom. I got glue on my hands. And it looks nicely framed, and no one will see the back except for you. All right, so let's go ahead and put some dimensionals on here. Have just barely enough here. Actually, I need probably one more. Let's put that there. So we'll make this work. And now you can throw this away. All right, so let's set this aside. We're going to get our card base. So this is just basic white cardstock, and it's a typical card base. It is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So just fold it in half here. There we go. All right. Just this. Just, oh, okay, have ink everywhere. So I must have ink here. Alright, so let's wipe this up here really quick. There we go. Alright, we need another piece of cardstock here. Okay, one thing you do have to be careful about this technique is it does use a lot of ink. So we have our cardstock, and what we're going to do is we're going to glue down our work of art to our backing. So this is a 3D embossing folder, so the embossing is quite deep, so you might need a little bit of extra glue, not a ton. I'm just going to put it on here and frame it up nicely. Again, you have a little wiggle room with the glue. Okay. All right, so I'm getting ink everywhere. So we're gonna just mat this on here, and then we will put our sentiment on there and we'll be done. Okay, so I'm gonna put some glue on the back of this and put it onto our card base. Alright, since we have a little extra ink, I'm just gonna press it down from the inside instead. Alright, so it's going to get a good fold. Alright, let's just peel off our backing for our dimensionals. And we'll be very close to being done here. So I'm put it right here, like so. We'll get some twine and we'll make a little bow. I like when the twine gets close to the end because then it has lots of nice little curls in it. Use a glue dot here. Just gonna peel it off and gonna roll it up. I'm gonna stick it on the knot here. And I'm gonna put it down here, like so. And then we are going to use our embellishments here. Bling. There you go. Very fun and artsy thinking of you card. So you can use this with any colors that you like, any color combinations that you like. The darker does look better when you do this. Here's one using some retired colors with the blue. Looks very different, but you can see it's the same concept. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like it and share it with your friends. Thank you.